It's Tuesday morning. You grab a coffee on the way to work. $6. You don't even think about it. At lunch, you order from that spot down the street. $14. After work, you stop for gas and grab a snack and a drink. $9. None of these feel like real spending. None of them show up in your budget because you probably don't track them. But by the end of today alone, you've spent $29 on things you won't remember by Friday. And tomorrow, you'll do it all over again. These small purchases are quietly destroying your ability to build wealth. And the worst part, you've been told they don't matter. Here's why this happens. Your brain treats small purchases differently than large ones. When you see a $1,200 rent payment leave your account, you feel it. It hurts. You notice. But $6 for coffee? Your brain files that as irrelevant. Researchers call this the pain of paying. The smaller the amount, the less friction you feel. And companies know this. That's why everything is priced at $4.99 or $9.99. That's why subscriptions are $7 a month instead of $84 a year. They want you to feel nothing when you swipe. And it works. A study from a major financial research firm found that the average person has 12 active subscriptions. Most people think they have 3 or 4. You're probably paying for something right now that you haven't used in months, maybe even a year. The money leaves your account on the 3rd or the 15th, and you never notice. That is by design. So let's break down how this actually works in your daily life. You wake up, you're tired, you deserve something nice. That's the first purchase. The emotional reward purchase. Then you're at work and lunch rolls around. You didn't bring anything from home because you were tired this morning. That's the second purchase, the convenience purchase. Then you're scrolling your phone during a break. An ad pops up for something cute, something on sale, $19. You click buy before you finish your break. That's the third purchase, the impulse purchase. After work, you're drained. You don't feel like cooking. You order delivery, $23 with tip and fees. That's the fourth purchase. The exhaustion purchase, 4 different triggers, 4 different moments. And not one of them felt like a financial decision. That's the trap. Each one feels justified in the moment. You're tired, you're hungry, you're stressed, you earned it. And individually, each one is small. But multiply this by 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year. And you're looking at a pattern that costs you thousands. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average household spends over $3,500 a year on food away from home. That doesn't include coffee runs, vending machines, or delivery app fees. Those are separate, and when you add subscriptions, impulse online orders, and convenience store stops, the total for the average person is somewhere between $5,000 and $7,000 a year, on things they can't even name by the end of the month. Now let's do the math. And I mean the real math, not the round number feel-good version, the version that will change how you see every small purchase for the rest of your life. Start with coffee. The average specialty coffee drink costs $5.50 to $7. Let's call it $6. You buy one every workday. That's 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year. $6 times 250 days is $1,500 a year, just on coffee. Now add the extra drink, the iced tea, the energy drink, the sparkling water from the fancy cooler at the store. That's another $2.50 a day on average. That brings your annual drink total to roughly $2,100, just beverages. Now let's talk about what that money could do if you redirected it. If you invested $2,100 a year into a basic index fund, earning 8% average annual returns, after 5 years, you'd have $12,300. After 10 years, $30,400. After 20 years, $96,000. Almost $100,000 from coffee and convenience drinks. Now add the other categories. That $14 daily lunch habit, that's $3,500 a year. Those forgotten subscriptions, the average is $219 a month, according to a 2023 Consumer Spending Report. That's $2,628 a year. Impulse online orders under $25. Studies show the average person makes 12 impulse purchases a month. At $18 per purchase, that's $2,592 a year. Let's add it all up. Coffee and drinks, $2,100. Lunch out, $3,500. Subscriptions, $2,628. Impulse buys, $2,592. Total, $10,820 per year on things you barely remember buying. That's $902 a month. That's more than a car payment, more than most people's student loan payment, and over 10 years, if invested at 8%, that $10,820 a year becomes $156,700. You didn't need a raise. You didn't need a second job. You needed to see where your money was actually going. This isn't an accident. Every piece of this is engineered. The coffee shop puts the pastry case right next to the register. That's an upsell trigger. The delivery app shows you a $2.99 fee, but buries the service charge, the small order fee, and the inflated menu prices. A $12 meal becomes $23 by the time you check out. Subscription companies use free trials that auto-convert. They know 48% of people forget to cancel. That's not a bug. That's the business model. Retail apps send push notifications at 8 p.m. Why? Because research shows you're most likely to impulse buy when you're tired and relaxed at the end of the day. Online stores show you a countdown timer, only 3 left at this price. That's artificial urgency. Most of those timers reset every day. Credit card companies design the tap-to-pay system to remove the last bit of friction. When you use cash, you felt the loss. You watch the bills leave your hand. Now you tap, and it's gone. You don't even see the number. A study from MIT found that people spend up to 100% more when using a card versus cash. Double. The system is designed so that spending feels like nothing until you check your account at the end of the month and can't figure out where it all went. Sound familiar? Now here's the objection. You're thinking, I work hard. I deserve my coffee. I deserve to enjoy my money. And you're right. You absolutely do. This is not about deprivation. Nobody is saying you should never buy a latte again. This is about awareness. Because right now, most of your small spending isn't intentional. It's automatic. It's habitual. It's emotional. You're not choosing to spend $10,820 a year on small things. It's just happening. So here's how you take back control without punishing yourself. Step 1. Track every purchase under $20 for 1 full week. Every coffee, every snack, every app purchase. Write it down or use your bank app's transaction list. Don't judge it. Just see it. Most people are shocked. They find $200 to $400 in monthly spending they had no idea about. Step 2. Pick your favorite small purchase, the one that genuinely makes your day better. Keep it. Protect it. That's your intentional spend. But cut the rest, the ones you buy out of habit or boredom or exhaustion. Step 3. Redirect the money. Take whatever you save, even if it's just $150 a month, and automate a transfer to a savings or investment account. Set it up so the money moves on payday before you can spend it. $150 a month is $1,800 a year. Invested at 8% for 10 years, that grows to $26,000 from money you were losing anyway. You didn't cut your joy, you cut the waste. 2 people, same job, same $55,000 salary, same city, same rent, same bills. Person A spends without tracking, coffee every morning, lunch out 4 days a week. 3 streaming services she rotates between but never cancels. Random online orders every weekend. She never checks her subscriptions. She never looks at purchases under $20. She tells herself it's just a few dollars. After 5 years, person A has $2,400 in savings. She feels like she can never get ahead. She blames her income. Person B earns the exact same amount. She tracked her spending for 1 week. She was shocked to find $380 a month in purchases she couldn't even remember. She cut $250 of it. She kept her Friday coffee and her favorite streaming service. She automated $250 a month into an investment account. After 1 year, she had $3,000 invested. After 5 years at 8% average returns, Person B has $17,600. Same paycheck, same city, same bills. After 10 years, Person A still has around $2,400 in savings. She's been meaning to start investing but never has enough left over. Person B has $43,500. The only difference is that Person B spent 1 week tracking her purchases. 1 week of awareness turned into $43,500 over a decade. That's not about willpower. That's not about earning more. That's about seeing what was always there. Nobody sat you down and showed you where your money was going. Nobody told you that $6 a day could become $30,000 in a decade. Nobody taught you how the system was designed to keep you spending without feeling it. This is not your fault. Nobody taught you this. But starting today, you know. And knowing changes everything. You're not someone who spends blindly anymore. You're someone who sees every dollar and chooses where it goes. Subscribe to She Starts Today, because the wealth you've been looking for might already be in your pocket.